Welcome. This is the first episode of the Lose 11. My name is Connor. This is my brother Carter. We're getting started
What
today
up?
talking about like St. Louis City, what to expect, where to go from here, what we want to see. I'm very excited to see how this goes. It's going to be
I am
fun.
too, Connor, and I'm very excited to do this along with you.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Before we start, I want to give a shout out to our first sponsor of the day, Purina. They reached out to us already, and we have
Wow,
some
that's
good
incredible.
sponsors lined up. So,
I didn't
yeah,
even know that.
thank you for that.
I mean, I just eat it on my own time. I don't really need a sponsor, but whatever, man. That's awesome.
We'll take it.
How much are they paying us? Okay, sorry.
We can talk about it later.
All right. Did you
But
actually
yeah,
watch any of the preseason games?
I did watch the NYCFC game, like
Okay,
all of it, and then I watched a bit of the Austin game, but that was the same day as some Mizzou game, so I did not
gotcha.
finish that.
So I didn't watch
But
that one. I watched all of the New York game as well. That was a good game, man.
oh yeah,
I'm so you saw that they took one of the goals away.
hmm
So technically, if they didn't take that goal away, it would have ended up 3-2, which isn't as big of a lead as 3-1. So it looks really impressive until you watch the whole game and you're like, wow, that was pretty close.
yeah.
I'm a little worried about the defense because my main man Parker has been axed. He's gone. Peace.
He's back to
RIP.
the Red Bulls now, back to his like home
I
club,
mean, good for him. I think he wants to be there, but like, God
better than the fucking
damn it,
Revolution.
dude. I know, but like, why'd they have to get rid of my favorite player, man?
Getting rid of him was pretty rough. Like I know it was
He was
Kessler,
our
right, that we
whole
got
back
him.
line, man. At
Yeah,
least at that point when he left, I feel like he was the most important. Not to like discredit everybody. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm gonna be a big hater, but whatever. I love this
I mean, he
team.
was
I
the
want him to
center back. He was
succeed.
the
He
dude.
was the man. He was the man in
hmm
red.
He was also like an insane threat on like corners as a defender, which is
Yeah.
like not a usual
There's
thing.
a reason he scored our very first goal.
Exactly.
It's
With a beak like
crazy.
that and like his frame,
A
he was like
beak like
dangerous, dude.
that. Me and him got the same goddamn nose, dude. No, dude, he had a
But
rock head. Nobody
oh
won
yeah.
head balls against him. He was a monster. Like we need somebody like that to fill that role, and I'm worried that we don't have that, and our defense is going to
Yeah.
struggle.
We definitely cuz like the predicted like 11 that I've seen, it looks like we have 3 in the back and
I saw that with the three in the back. What's the new formation they've been running? There's three in the back.
I don't remember it off the top of my head,
I don't either.
but it was
Because I've played the three back before, and it can work if it's a
yeah.
tight three. Like if the three guys are like rock solid, it can work. But it
Yeah.
does
The thing is, we
feel.
don't really have like rock solid.
I know,
Once
and
again, not to discredit them, but like
well, they're
Tim
not
Bartlow or
Parker.
whatever, or yeah,
Well, the thing I'm thinking is every time I had played that formation, it was very much an offensive style where it
which we definitely
was.
are, and I
Yeah, hundred
understand
percent.
that.
I mean, you see our striker roster. We got 30 deep. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
hmm
We got a whole
I have
extra team.
I have the projected starting 11 pulled up if you want me to like read it a little bit.
Well, give me the defense.
Yeah, yeah. So back three, 3 of them. On the left, we've got Nilsson,
I like
which
Nielsen. I like him.
I like him. He just gets hurt so often that it's
Yeah,
like scary
I
to
know.
have him as like our certified left back.
We
But
did
we
kind
also
of
have
have a
Yaro
lot
who
of.
can step in.
Oh, I love Yarrow. We did have a lot of injuries
Yeah.
last year, didn't we?
Well, yeah, that's
That
why. I
was
mean, we
part of
had
it
half a
too.
team of City 2 players last year, so
Yeah,
that's
no
pretty rough.
kidding. There's a reason we got double digits in ties, but what are you gonna do?
And then center defense, we've got Baumgartel, who's one of the new winter signings. He's a German dude.
Okay.
He was like at one point, I was doing some like research on him. At one point, he was like his market value was like 12 or 15 million or something like that. So he's like not a bad
Okay.
player by any means, but he's older now. And this is probably going to be like one of the clubs he like
How much older?
maybe retires at. Ooh, I don't know the exact age. We're pretty tight ship we got here.
If older is 35, I am gonna
Yeah, he might
lose
be
my
like your
mind.
age.
My
Let me look.
age?
Let me look.
My age.
Shit, he's actually not that old. He's actually only 28. I low key totally
Oh, well,
lied.
yeah, no, he's fine. He's
His market value is only 500,000 now. So,
oof. Damn.
which I don't know what that's all about. I wonder why.
It's because he went to the
But so yeah,
retirement league, man.
but I
No,
don't know. I'll
that.
be really interested to see how he plays, honestly,
Okay.
because I haven't really seen anything about him.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either. So him and center, that could be good. I mean, depending on how he plays, that could be really good.
He's got some badass dyed hair though. I like that.
Really?
He's a stylish guy.
What color?
I think it was like just blonde or something. I don't know. He looks clean though.
Looks like he dyed it the same color you did.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And then on the right we have Kessler, and I really like Kessler. He's like I follow him on Instagram. He's such a like he's just like a dude.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of funny. He's just like a
There's a
guy that's
couple
like
of players that are just kind of like fellas, you know what I mean?
yeah, I love
They're like, damn,
that.
I would love to get a beer with this guy as long as I'm
Yeah.
not screaming at him for losing the game. You know what I mean?
I'll be like scrolling on Instagram and I'll find just like those like just like brain dead Instagram pages
Hmm.
and he's like always liking them. So
That's so
he's a
funny.
doom scroller just like me,
He
which is kind of
is.
hype.
He is. That's funny. I like that. I
And
like
then
that.
so
I
this
like
is
that nobody
where
runs his account for him. He's just doom
yeah,
scrolling on his main, dude. That's hilarious.
as he should, bro.
Fuck yeah,
Dude,
why
there's a
not?
couple, and I won't drop names, but a couple of those guys, they are liking some questionable shit, bro. They're like
Hey,
they're
don't leak the
getting
group chat.
involved in
Come
some.
on.
I'm not saying names, but whenever I see it, I'm like, that's
It's
hilarious.
public knowledge. Just look it up, man. Come on.
I don't know.
There's no
Okay,
names to leak.
I can't do that, dude. On the right, this one, like, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how this goes. But so now we're on to like,
We
I don't know
on
what you want to
midfield
call it,
now?
like defensive mid maybe.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And there's so it's four wide there.
Well, so hold on. Four lines, like three back, four, then what, like a
Yeah.
3-1?
So it's 3-4-2-1.
2-1, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Damn, that's
so
packed midfield, isn't it?
yeah, and it which I'm kind of hyped for because I think we'll
I
have
think
a
we have
really
a
good
strong
midfield.
midfield. Yeah, I agree.
And so on the right, this one was really interesting to me, and I think it's going to work pretty well, honestly, and I'll explain why. Is Totland on the right,
Okay. Is he
which is interesting
right-footed?
because he was our I think he was our right back, and if I'm
Yeah.
hoping I'm not outing myself, he was our right back I think last year, and he was really good. And the thing that I liked a lot about him, he's good in defense, obviously, but he was so good at knowing when to like push forward as
Yeah.
the right back. And like for like the Kansas City game that ended like 3-3, he sealed the game by like someone gave a ball out to him like in the middle of nowhere, and he was totally alone because Kansas City just didn't see him, and he blew by one guy and scored
Nice.
and won the whole game or tied the whole game for us.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I don't know. That's kind of an interesting move. I'm hyped for that though.
Maybe Olaf's got some vision. We'll
Oh,
see.
Olaf's got some vision.
I hope so.
And then in the middle right or center right, whatever you want to call it, we've got Leuven, the one and only.
The one and only, baby. Hey, yeah, give us a little. Yeah, thank you there.
Can you see
Oh,
it? Can you see
baby,
it?
there he is.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Hey,
Oh
Leuven,
yeah.
if you ever see this, I just want you to know my jersey's signed by you. Thank you very much. Anyway, keep
Oh,
going.
I don't have one signed by you. That's fucked up. Or him. You didn't you like? Wasn't it like $20 to go to that?
Oh yeah, I had to buy tickets.
Dude, I totally. I wish I was in town because I
No, you
totally
know
would
what's
have done
fucked
that.
up? I bought tickets and then I got in the wrong line. Because there was like an express line. Sorry, little side
Oh,
note. There was two lines. I got in one of the lines because I didn't realize there was an express line. And I'm waiting and
yeah.
I'm waiting. And it's like 15 minutes before the doors open. And they're like, oh, wait, are you in the express line? And I'm like, there's an express line? And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm looking for the express. Like, that's the ticket I bought. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shit. So I start asking around. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm in the wrong line. So I look at the other line, and it's, down the street, around the corner. I'm like, God, fine.
That's crazy.
Whatever. I still got the jersey signed. I waited the 2.5 hours. I don't care. I had
I
to see
still
my man
got it.
moving. I said, you know what? I'm sorry it's not your jersey, but I love you anyway. Parker, I got yours, just so you know.
That's funny. Shout out. I can't wait to get my like whole like signature jersey like filled. It's gonna be so
Yeah, man.
cool.
Yeah. I'm not wearing that one anymore. I need to get the new away
Yeah.
jersey. That's the one I want.
Yeah.
The white with the
That one's
pink.
clean.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah. So we got
Okay.
Littleton, center right, center
Center
defensive right.
left, we've got Durkin. I like
Durkin.
Durkin.
I do. I initially liked him, and then I don't remember why, but I was turned off of him for some
It was
reason. I
probably
can't
his
remember.
like he started wearing like the rebel flag to games and shit. That's a joke.
I'm sure that
He
was
did not
not
do
it.
that.
I
No,
know he
he's
didn't do
another guy
that.
that's just like one of the like he just seems like a dude. Like he's
Yeah,
super chill. He went to like
yeah.
Japan this summer or some shit or
Oh,
this
nice.
winter during the off break or whatever.
Yeah.
Just kind of funny.
There's a
He's like I
couple
don't
of
know. I like him. He's a
players.
workhorse.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of the players on the team. I feel like
Yeah,
the
him
style of
specifically though,
play.
because like they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they'll announce like Miles ran with
Oh
that
my
little
God,
like
he's always
pump
at the
they have.
top, dude.
It's always him. It's
He's
crazy.
always in the top. I gotta respect him for that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't
I
know.
couldn't do it. I don't exactly remember why. I think there's a couple of players that I, for one reason or another, feel turned off of just probably because of last season.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say like the
yeah.
fact that they got added in such a like harsh
Yeah,
environment.
and it's not their fault. Like I said, like I'm very excited to see what comes next, obviously, because like this is chance for redemption because last year was
Yeah.
a nightmare. We just need a restart, a hard restart. To pretend we're starting over exactly. Like just the first 2 years didn't happen. Like square one, let's make another undefeated run for the first half, you know? That'll be
And that's
great.
how a lot of like MLS I don't know what you like writers have talked about is this is the first season that St. Louis has like
Yeah.
actual expectations.
Yeah.
Because like first season it's like who the fuck knows what's gonna happen.
And we
And
blew
then
them out of
second
the
season
water
it
because we're the best team in the
exactly
league.
because we rule.
Yeah,
And
because
then
we're the
second season
best.
it's like it's the sophomore season. You're gonna probably go into a slump, which a lot of teams actually do in MLS. And
Yeah,
then
makes sense.
we did that a little bit,
Yeah,
just a little bit though.
a little bit. I mean, the frustrating thing for me is like, yeah, it was a bad year, but we didn't lose for the first like half.
Yeah,
Like,
it was all
okay,
ties.
yeah, it's like okay, like we didn't win, but we didn't lose. We still got a
Yeah,
point. So like it's frustrating that we can get all into the Bradley Carnell situation, whatever. That's a whole nother topic.
yeah.
But it's just like we didn't play that bad. Because for one, we were playing with the B team. Like
Yeah.
the whole season it felt like. So for
Hmm.
seeing the results we got with what we were working with, I was very happy. Maybe in the moment I wasn't very happy, but
And also, let me mention that if you go to like Transfermarkt or whatever, it's like the official website to like find out like market value of every player and whatnot. Last season, I think it's changed by now a little bit with all the new transfers. We were still like second to last in like the transfer market and like total team.
is that a
So
good
like our
thing?
team was
What does
like
that
the
mean?
second. We were like the second cheapest team in the league, basically.
Really?
Yeah. So like the fact that we I mean, obviously, the fact that we did that good the first year with that cheap of a team, and then
Dude.
second season, like, still kind of competed with half of that team gone with our City 2 players is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
I mean, we lost
Um,
one of our best players, Celio.
yeah,
He's playing on one leg now. He's got
he
a
got
wooden
banned to
leg. I
the
don't know if
fucking,
you
like,
saw that.
Shadow Realm.
Yeah, he
Was he not playing,
actually
like, really strong with his,
no
was
no
his
no.
left or right
He
foot?
they cut it off. He's got a wooden leg.
Oh, shit, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he
Damn.
actually looks like Captain Barbosa from the fourth movie in the Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know if you ever
He's
seen
still
that
a
one.
baller, though.
Not many people saw it.
No, that's, like, a really, really old one, right? Like,
Yeah,
only,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
old
It was
people
like the
watch that.
'90s, something like that. I don't know. Basically, what I'm hoping is he pierces the ball with his peg leg and he just runs it in. We'll
He should
see.
get like
We'll see.
revenge on whoever did that
It
with
was
his
oh
little
shit. Was it
stub leg.
Dallas? It was one of the Texas teams. I think it was Dallas.
Maybe.
God, I gotta
I
ask
was gonna
Anthony.
say it might be Houston because I feel like every time we play Houston, they play super dirty. But if that happened
No, I
with
think it
Houston,
was
I feel like I
Houston.
would have remembered it.
No,
Really?
I think it was because Anthony, my
That's
buddy
crazy.
Anthony, were just talking about this because he was talking about. Yes, we played in preseason Dallas, right?
Like when? This year or like last
This
year?
year, we like just played Dallas in the preseason, right?
Probably. So I low key didn't really watch all of the games.
See, I didn't see that one. I watched us play New York and Real Salt Lake, and I didn't watch the third one. I think it was Dallas, and I'm pretty sure Houston hurt Celio. And Anthony was talking about it. He was like, "Oh man, like we should watch the preseason." And I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Oh, we're playing that team that hurt Celio." And I was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Wait." I looked it up, and then we looked it up, and it was actually the other Texas team, whichever one.
Okay.
I can't remember now, but
Yeah.
either way, I hope that we come back swinging. I hope that Klaus is playing, and then I hope that he uses all 220 pounds of his muscle. Anyway, who's
Just get his get back.
yes,
Continue with the lineup.
yes. Continue on with the lineup. Let's circle back. I got too close to
Okay.
Klaus. I don't want to pop off just yet.
Last guy on the defensive mid, we've got left mid with Wallum, which is
Well,
another new player that
I
we
was
got
gonna
this
say I don't know
winter
that
break.
man.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I know literally nothing about him. I've done
Okay,
like no research on him, so
okay,
I have nothing to say about that.
that's fine. Do you like have any idea where he's from or anything?
I'm pretty sure Bundesliga, I think.
Okay, oh that's good. Bundesliga's good. Oh
I
no,
could be wrong about that. I've got FAM up right here. I don't know why I don't just check it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm still excited because I feel like all the new guys that we've gotten, as far as it goes on like MLS, have been like pretty like top tier. I feel like honestly.
at least in the past year, I feel like we've gotten some pretty good talent.
Hold up,
Uh oh.
I think
Hold
I'm
up.
capping.
Oh no. Did you just
Am
lie
I?
to me, dude? What the
Dude, I
hell?
might be. On the pod is crazy, dude. No, I didn't cap.
On the pod? On the pod? You're lying on the pod? It's fucked up,
On
man.
the pod.
You're lying to the
Oh,
people. That's
FAM
what it
does.
is.
Oh no, here he is. Okay, I'm wrong actually. This is someone actually. Okay, this is unique in the
He
transfers
was
that we've
capping,
gotten.
dude.
I was capping. That's on me. So he's actually not from the Bundesliga. We have him on loan
Oh.
from Slavia Prague.
I don't love on loan players, but I just don't
Yeah,
like the idea of it. I know that Betcher's on loan, and I fucking
yeah.
love Betcher, but I don't know, man. It's just like, why would you play hard for a team that you're on loan for?
No, that makes sense.
I
I
don't
get
know.
it. I don't mind it. It depends on like if there's an option for us to like actually just buy them full time once the loan is done. Because I know
Oh,
sometimes they do that with loans where it's like if the team wants them, they're like, hey, you can have them if you pay us however much. And I could be wrong once I could be lying on the pod, but I think that's
not
the case with
again.
Betcher.
No. That I hope that's the case with Betcher. At least the past
I hope
what
too.
6
Yeah.
months, however long he's been with us. God damn, I want that man as a mainstay. I want him
I,
and Leuven to just be rocking the MLS world. You know what I'm saying? God
hey, St.
damn.
Louis boy, he played at SLU.
Seriously? I didn't
Hmm.
know that. That's
He
awesome,
played
dude.
at
That would be
SLU. He
even
went to
better. Oh, he's
exactly,
probably gonna
dude.
give us a deal. Oh man, that'd be awesome.
He'll probably come on the pod if we're being like realistic.
Oh yeah. Everybody wants to come on the pod. But we have people jumping at the opportunity, but
But yeah,
gosh,
Wallum, he's from Slavia Prague. Probably
okay.
saying that wrong. It's from the Czech Republic. But what's interesting is like, as far as I can tell, I don't know much about this league. That's like the Real Madrid of the Czech Republic league. Like they out of
Okay.
22 games played so far this season, they've lost one. So
Holy
it's a good team
damn.
in like a not super great league, which makes me feel like he definitely has possibility to be like a good player.
Yeah, why not? You know, the
And then
only
his, I
thing I
mean, numbers aren't
know.
everything, but market value of 2.5 million. So
Damn. Okay. The only thing I know about Czech soccer is from the 2009 Wii FIFA game,
Oh
when
shit.
you could play as Mies, and the Czechoslovakian goalie was the best goalie in the game, and he had the pigskin helmet, and he was just the fucking goat, dude. You could make
Dude,
like
that's
your all-star
awesome.
squad with your own me in the game, and we'd make the most fucked up Mies, and then have him as our goalie, and just it was so much fun. That's the only
That's
thing I
so
know about
funny.
Czechoslovakian soccer. That's my two
Maybe that's all
cents.
you need to know.
Honestly, I don't. I wish I knew the guy's name. I need to look that up after this. But I mean, he was a
That's
real
really
player. Like
funny.
they based him off of real
Yeah.
people. So I mean, the dude was a legend. It's just yeah,
This is
it's funny.
also a total side tangent, but I found so our dad, he was your coach for indoor, which we were talking about earlier, but
He was my coach for a long time.
yeah. He used to like buy you guys soccer cards and whoever
Yeah,
was like the
yeah.
match MVP got one.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool as shit. He bought like
Fuck yeah,
MLS
they are.
like early like 2000s MLS player cards and I like have
Dude,
them in my room and I'm looking at them and I'm like this is like MLS heritage, bro.
he had like a bin full of them. He would go on
Yes.
Craigslist and buy like 100 packs. It was hilarious. And then
That's the most like dad shit. I love that.
I
That's so
know.
cool.
And every game, the MVP would get to pick like a pack. Like, it wasn't just one card; it was a
The full
pack.
pack?
Yeah, yeah. And then
Wow.
for birthdays, he would give out. He would have a bin. So for everybody's birthday, he would like bring the bin, and then you would just get to pick a jersey. He had just tons of knockoff jerseys of like every soccer player ever from
That's
Craigslist.
awesome.
From Craigslist, like he would just buy shit on Craigslist. So it was just this giant bin. Like I remember there was a full Ronaldo set. No, it was Ronaldinho set because it was the yellow, the
Okay.
Brazilian, and it
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
full set for like a 9-year-old. A full set, like socks and all, man. Like we had it all,
That is
and it
awesome.
was just in the bin. And he was like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
ruffle through the bin and see what you want for your birthday." It was
Dude,
great, dude. It was
we
awesome.
must have had so many of those because that's, I mean, in elementary school,
So
that's all I
many.
wore. I
Yeah,
just wore soccer jerseys.
I know. I remember all of my friends growing up would be like, "My birthday's coming up. I know what player I want."
It's hilarious.
It
I
was
didn't know about
great.
that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. They would, because after a while they started to look forward to it because they knew it was coming. So they'd be like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit! Like I hope he has fucking this guy."
that's
It was
so
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who's
shout
our
out
real
Lose
quick?
11 Dead.
Yeah, lose 11 dead. Who's our number one up top? Who's our main guy?
Do we want to get into that now? Because that's the last three, other than Berkey, but that's obvious.
Well, yeah, Berkey's obvious. You're saying they're not gonna play Lund? Look, I
Probably
love that
not.
man. He's a giant, and he's a really good
Oh yeah.
goalkeeper. He's just
Mhm.
not Berkey.
It's
That's the
kind of hard to
problem.
be the guy going behind Berkey. Like
I
that's
know,
a
dude.
rough job.
That's the fucked up part. Like I was saying earlier to you before we started, Michael Creek, who was on the team, he was on the B League when we
The
first
32
started.
league, yeah.
Yeah, I believe he plays for.
Another Lou 11 sponsor, by the way.
Oh yeah, right. Um, I can't remember who he plays for now. But he plays for a different team
I
now.
think he I think he went to Tulsa, FC Tulsa. It's a
Yes, yeah,
USL
yeah,
team.
you're right. Yeah, he went to Tulsa.
Yeah.
He was on their B team, and I'm just thinking like he's the greatest goalkeeper I've ever played with in my life, and he's got Ben Lund and then Berkey above him, and I'm like,
Pretty
man,
rough.
what a horrible draw! Like you could have been an all-star if these two didn't exist, but here we are. Golly,
I
it's
hope
just
he at least got to like practice with them because
he
being able to
did,
practice with
yeah.
Berkey as like a young goalie would be, I feel like,
Oh
super
man,
helpful.
it'd be amazing. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
great. I'm sure he got some helpful hints from him. I'm sure, but yeah,
Yeah.
our goaltending talent is very deep. I'm very happy about that. I'm glad that we did
Dude,
not skimp on that section of
yeah.
play.
There were a bunch of rumors like sort of recently of like clubs wanting to go after Berkey. And in my head, I was like, I'm not
No,
worried about this because
no,
the team knows that if we get rid of him, like, especially with like the smaller back line we have, we are not in a good zone at all.
right.
He has like saved us so many times.
The only reason I'm worried about it is because he hates the summer in St.
Yeah.
Louis. He
I don't
hates
blame
the
him.
heat in St. Louis. I don't blame him either, but man,
He
I would not
also
blame him if he left just because he didn't want to live in a swamp anymore.
swamp and have to like play the like majority of your season in it,
Yeah,
and
in
like the
long
summer of
sleeves
it.
and pants with gloves on. God,
Fuck that.
that'd be awful.
He's like dating some person from Chicago like openly or whatever, which red flag. Chicago,
Oof.
that's weird.
You know what?
And
It's not as bad as Kansas City.
this is true. That's
It's
true.
better than Kansas
Uh,
City.
Lou 11 mother, she thought he was gay for the longest time, which is really funny.
I didn't know that. That's funny. Mom,
I
he's just
remember like
foreign. Come on.
yeah, because she saw the post on his story of
Oh
like him
Lord.
and his girlfriend, and she was like, "He's not gay," and I was like, "Why did you think that?" And then I started thinking like, I can see it, like he's European, like
He's a
I can
European that
understand
has
how a
style. He just wears
yeah,
jean shorts sometimes. That's why. That's why she thought that.
it's so funny. Hey, I don't blame her for thinking that though.
I
I
mean,
like when she said it, I was like, sometimes it's like that person is so clearly not, but there it's like I could see why you thought that.
I would agree with you if he was from America,
That yeah,
but he's
I guess that does
European,
kind of change it.
so I can't see it. I'm sorry. He doesn't. He speaks English with an accent, so that's how I knew he wasn't gay. That's how I
That's
knew.
beautiful, dude. Okay, we should probably finish up the
Yeah,
lineup that
let's
we've been
go through
talking
the
about
lineup.
for.
Let's
So the
get it.
top three.
Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
it's I.
Don't
This
give
has
me the
been good.
top yet. Don't give me the top yet. Just give me the
We'll start with
supporting
the
two.
bottom left.
Okay.
We've got Hartel,
Marcel
Marcel Hartel.
Hartel. Marcel Hartel, the shell, dude. He's amazing. I like
That's
him
what
a
they're
lot.
calling him.
I'm very excited to see
I
him
think
play
he's gonna
more.
be genuinely, and I'm not. I'm hoping I'm not jinxing it here. I think he'll be our best player this year.
That's
Like what he
bold.
did last
You are
season.
wearing a
No,
Leuven
I know.
jersey.
I know. I was gonna bring that up. I think
That's
him and
crazy.
Leuven are gonna be the generals.
Okay.
But I mean, he
Okay.
did
You're
so
excluding
good when he
Berkey.
came last year. Yeah, yeah, because like I feel like it's a whole different
It is a different
whole
game.
different ballpark, you know.
Yeah.
But
But
as
like
far as
Berkey's
like
been our best
impact on our
player, I
team,
think.
Berkey, yeah, he definitely has the most impact for sure.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see him. He came from St. Pauli, which was a Bundesliga 2 team when he was on it,
Yeah.
and they won the league
Fuck
that
yeah.
season when he left. And
That's crazy
he
to
was
leave
like,
after you win.
well, they went to Bundesliga 1 and it's like that's a whole thing because then usually teams that make the jump don't really do that good.
That's
So
fair.
I
That's
wonder if
fair.
that's why he did it. But so he did that, and he was the best player there. Like he was the orchestrator of like their offense. He was
Hell
super
yeah.
good in a Bundesliga 2 team, which is crazy. So yeah, hyped to see him.
I'm
And
very
then
excited.
on the right, our other Bundesliga 2 brother, Toy Shirt.
T-shirt.
Or
Let's go, T-shirt. I love T-shirt.
Cedric Toy
Man, dude,
Shirt.
I'm
He
so
is like,
excited for this line. Man, I'm
oh yeah.
so worried about what you're gonna say about number one. Oh no. I just realized I just locked in and realized what just happened. Who is up top, Carter? Give me oh, I don't even want to hear it.
We've
I don't
got Miggy Perez.
yeah, yeah. Just turned
No,
18.
yeah. Just got back from Titan Birmingham Legion, I think, or maybe Charleston. No, we've
Well,
got Klaus
he's
up
free
top.
from summer camp, so he can play. You're kidding. Klaus is up top.
Yep,
Seriously?
yep. That's like, well, I mean, this is the
That's
projected starting.
projected.
I'm not
Right,
saying
right,
that this
right.
is like put out there yet, obviously, but this is what like a bunch of reporters who follow the league and like City specifically are saying. So
Klaus
I
up
can tell
top?
something's. I was gonna say I can tell something's on your mind. Let
Man, I got so
it
much to
rip.
say. Okay. Before I pop off here, I do want to say okay, initially, very first game, wasn't a fan of Klaus. Wasn't a
Very,
fan.
very like what
Very
first game are
first
we
game.
talking?
Very first game
Like
ever.
Austin
Ever.
2023.
Yes.
Okay.
Was not the biggest fan. I was a little upset at how he was acting when he would receive the ball and then miss and then Just the way he acted towards his teammates. Obviously, I'm not in the locker room. I don't know shit. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. I
He scored the winning
definitely
goal though.
he did. I know. And first year he really pulled his weight, and that's a lot of weight to
Yeah.
pull. He's a big boy.
Hmm.
All right, like I definitely warmed up to him that first year. I thought he was great. I was very happy with him. And then at a certain point, I was like, okay, man, like we need to see like he kept getting all these opportunities, all these
Yeah.
great chances, and I thought that he just wasn't finishing when we needed him to. And my
Hmm.
issue with him, my main issue is that he's a big boy. He's a large striker. He's what, 6'3", like 200
Which is
pounds
kind of
maybe?
funny. Like,
He's
not saying that
big.
that's small by any means, but like, if you saw a 6'3" dude, like he's big, but he's like not that big, like realistically. But in MLS, that's like a that's
That's
a
a
big
big boy.
dude.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
All right. He needs to make his presence known. I want him to be a goddamn bulldozer up front. All right. I want him to be what Parker was on defense. I don't
Yeah.
want the defense of our opponent to ever win a head ball. He's got
Yeah.
the height. He's got the size. Run him over. I can't remember which game it was, but it was near the end of the season last year. And dude, he did exactly what I was thinking. There was a ball, it was played towards the opponent. Klaus comes in from the side, steamrolls the guy, just absolutely lays him out.
Was this the
But
one where he went like rolling?
yes, no,
This
no,
was okay.
Klaus
I was gonna.
just kept on going. Like he just
Oh,
went
okay, this is a
straight
different game then,
through
probably.
the guy. Like he
I thought
was
you were talking about the Kansas City game where he pushed the guy and the
no,
dude landed with his head on the ground, his like feet in the air.
no, no,
It was crazy,
no.
but okay, sorry.
This is I can't exactly remember which game it was, but I'm sure if anybody's watching, they'll find it. But
Hmm.
he just absolutely steamrolled the guy. It was right around midfield on the right side. He starts sprinting forward with the ball. This dude is rolling around in the grass because he just got hit by a truck, and Klaus is just. And then he uses that ogre touch and he just launches the ball at the goal and he scores. And it was exactly what I wanted to see from him. But the
Yeah,
problem I have with Klaus is that everybody in St. Louis absolutely loves this guy. And I want to see more from him. Like, I know
and
he
that.
can do more. I just
Oh
don't think
yeah,
he has yet.
I that last point you made about everybody loves him is so real. I used to work at Froyo, like our
Dude,
first
it's
season.
great. It's all everybody knows. This is the only player they know.
Cause like I would bring my laptop and like, hey Chris, my manager, you didn't hear this, but I would bring my laptop and I would just play it in the front because I wanted to watch the game when I was working,
Yeah,
and like
absolutely.
I was sitting there bored, talking to nobody because I'm the only one working. So I would talk to the like people coming up, and I would be like, "You like this game? Do you follow City or whatever?" And then every single time, without a like fail, the
I
little
love
kid was like,
Klaus.
"My favorite player's Klaus," and I'm like, "Oh, cool,
Of
for
course.
sure."
Of course.
And I get why, because it's like he's the big man. He was the one scoring, especially at that time. But he got that really long injury, so he was out for half the year.
That is true. That is
Comes back,
unfortunate.
doesn't really get back into form at all.
Yeah.
He's still taking up a DP spot, which is like it's hard
That's
as hell to explain
it's
because it's like
frustrating.
MLS rules, but that's like a pretty big deal. Like your DP spot, you basically get to pay them however much you could possibly want, and you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about like money restrictions and all that. There's a bunch that goes into it, but that's a very important thing to take, and he's filling that up.
We could get another
And
Hartel.
exactly,
That's
but the
just what
thing
I'm
is,
saying.
I don't think he's really our DP spy anymore, but I don't necessarily think he doesn't have a spot on like the team, if that
Oh,
makes
he's
sense.
he's got utility. I Let me clarify. I classify myself as a Klaus hater to level out the St. Louis crowd
The
because everybody in St. Louis
delusion.
loves this guy and I'm like, "Listen, I know he's a great player. He would beat my ass, but you give him too much credit. What's he
Yeah.
done for you in the past couple games? Not a whole
He
lot. And I
just
know he was injured, but hey, man,
you got to come back at some
you
point.
got to
Like
come
you're
back
getting
at some
paid
point.
millions to do this.
Come on, man.
I think so Toysher comes in and he's him and we didn't even talk about this yet, but Betcher are
Yeah,
like
we haven't talked about Betcher at
they're the
all.
scoring machines when
Fuck
they
yeah,
come back.
dude. where Betcher was on the lineup because I don't remember you saying his name.
Okay, so we just lagged out and we're back now. But basically, what I was saying is that Betcher is not in the starting projected lineup anywhere.
See, that's insane to me.
Yeah,
He scored a hat
and
trick against New York. Like,
I think the reason for that is honestly a lot of it. It's not even necessarily like because the guy he's competing with is Klaus for sure, and
it's not even close.
well, what I'm
At
saying is
least
like
right
those two guys
now.
are competing for that position, right?
Yeah.
And I think the reason that people are projecting Klaus to be over him or whatever, it might not even be because of like their recent like play or how good they've been doing. It might literally just be like their contracts right now. The fact that Klaus is a DP and Betcher is only on a loan, I bet people are like, well, they would feel stupid putting Betcher out over Klaus.
Maybe
Like
they'd
I feel
feel
like that's
stupid
honestly why some
losing
people are
games.
projecting this.
Like that's
Hey, I
that's
agree.
probably
I agree.
way stupider. I don't know. That's
Here's my
nuts.
thing though. Here's my thing. Klaus
Betcher
is so
starts.
like,
Betcher starts. He has to start.
hey, listen to me, Connor.
All right, say your piece. Sorry. Sorry.
I think Klaus is so good at being, and this is something he doesn't really get credit for because I feel like people don't see it as much because it's not something that you focus on as much. Klaus is a really good supporting offensive piece.
I
He is
agree.
actually really good at like creating space and he's really good at using his big body to get those guys the room and the ball that they need. But he isn't the guy that is the target. He's not the one scoring
I
double
agree.
digit goals every season. And that's kind of the problem where it's like you need to be a little bit better of like the general on offense, or not even the general, but the guy that like can make space if you have a DP contract, you know?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with what you
Especially
just
like
said.
yeah.
He's not our goal scorer, he's our goal maker, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Like he's not the one that finishes. He just doesn't do it. Like the reason I started to like him in the first place was because of our first like 5, 6 games. And if I'm being honest with you, he got handed like 5 goals, which like
Bro,
I
first
hate
season
to
was
say
low key
that.
scripted for a bit.
It kind of was, man. There
There was
was
that
like
one goal where they passed it to Stroud and Stroud was just in front of the goalie. That was
crazy.
crazy.
There was a couple own goals too. Like I don't know what the
The
hell was
first
going
the
on.
first goal scored in City Park in MLS was an own goal. It was Charlotte. It was that one where
Yeah,
Klaus laughed at the Charlotte defender
yeah,
on the
yeah.
ground.
That my favorite, my all-time greatest MLS moment. Charlotte scores on themselves. Klaus steps over the idiot that scored on himself and points down at him and laughs in his face. The
His ass had no right to do that,
it,
bro.
dude, I would have done it too. That was fucking hilarious. What are you gonna do? Step up to my 6'3", 240 pound ass and punch me?
Dude,
No,
the crazy
no.
thing is if he didn't have his bowed legs, he'd be like 6'5", dude. He's got like chicken. He's got like bulldog legs, dude. It's crazy. There's so much
Man,
like length on that dude.
I know. He's dude.
Pause.
He
But yeah.
no, he's. I think Klaus, if he finds his slot, he's a monster. But I just
Mhm.
don't think he's the point man.
And the thing is, it's weird. Like, I mean, as you were saying, I guess I'm kind of just running in circles. But he low key was that guy first season a bit, and there were times where
Kind
like
of.
he made goals out of pretty much nothing, and that was awesome. But he just has not done that since.
I think you're right, but like that was what the first half of the first season, and we
Yeah.
really haven't seen it since then.
No, I
So
agree.
like either you start doing that again or let Betcher step up because I know that motherfucker's gonna do it. At least
Yeah,
for
that's
now.
what
At
I
least
think
for
that's what's
now.
going to happen. I feel like him and Klaus are going to kind of come into like a position battle, and we're going to see them swapping like every game, honestly, and just like I don't know, whoever starts performing well, like like if Betcher starts performing well, maybe we try and sign him to a full contract, and if Klaus like never really catches back up, I mean, I love the dude, but I just don't know like if the team is going to justify paying as much money we are as for like a player that isn't really
I'd like to
producing.
keep him. I just don't think that slot that he has is worth the amount of money.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I'm not the
Regardless, though,
manager,
the
so
thing is, at the end of the day, right? Like this little like discussion about class versus Betcher, what a great discussion to
oh,
have.
I
Like we
know,
have four
absolutely,
pretty good offense players,
dude. We have so much
and
offense.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
we haven't even talked about where Pompeo is going to go.
Dude, I
He'll
can't wait
probably
to
be
see
a
Pompeo play again. Oh, I'm so excited for him. Dude, he was
low
just
key
starting to
like
really light up. Like, really light
yeah.
up. He was being a. Dude, he was putting up numbers. Like, for real. Like, good ass numbers. His stats were fucking good. And then
I
all of a
totally
sudden,
forget the stat, but it was like basically the stat is something about like
it was the
dri
first
productive
MLS
dribbles.
player to be shot in the leg, I think,
I, th- I
during
think
a
that's right,
game.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And then he lost it and turned it into a wooden leg. No, I
something
know
like
what you
that.
mean. Yeah, no, 100%. I
But
saw the
yeah,
same thing.
he was the best one in the entire league, in a league with Messi.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
Which like that obviously was not sustained because of
Well, he got
something happened.
fucked up,
But
man. Well, I think the actual stat was like, God, what was the language they used? It was
I know
something
I'm
like,
like beating myself up. I can't think of it.
I think what you said was like what, productive dribbles, right? Like
Yeah,
possessions that led to a goal or something like that. Like it was
yeah,
an
yeah.
outrageous amount. Like every time he touched the ball, it was like, damn, we have a chance. Like,
And that's just like that was what was so fun about his play style because we have a very, I mean, we are such a German North European team,
oh
and
my
with
god,
that comes a certain play style, which is super fun. It's really structured, and the whole team is working as one, which is awesome.
yeah.
But having like Pompeo bring that like Brazilian like pizzazz, dude, it's so fun to watch when it works because
How
it's
come
like
we never see that
it's
with
like nothing
Klaus?
else.
He's Brazilian.
What? When you're like 6'3" and you have legs like that, you can't really dribble too well. I mean, shoot, dude. Like,
Oh, I actually do love you, Klaus. I'm sorry. No, dude, I can't wait to see Pompeo play again. I've been waiting for it. Dude, when he
yeah,
got hurt, like it looked kind of bad in the moment, and then you saw the replay, and you were like, "Oh, that guy got fucked up."
that guy's out for like a
I know,
year.
and then we looked it up, and it was like, "Fuck, minimum 6 months," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"No." Dude, he was like starting to be one of my favorite players. I was like, "God
His leg
damn."
was damn near like perfectly in line with it, or his foot was in line with his like leg. It was
Yeah.
horrible. And it was such a like not even like that serious of a
It
takedown. Like
didn't look that bad until you saw the
no.
replay, and you're like, "Holy shit!" Like he should be arrested for manslaughter, man. Like, goddamn, referee,
That was
like
pretty crazy.
arrest this man. I don't know. It was bad. Anyway, I hope we get revenge on Dallas or Houston, whichever the fuck one it was. I can't remember still. Doesn't
We
matter.
should know that, but it does not
I
matter.
should. I'm pretty sure it's Houston, but I'm just not 100%.
Yeah.
Either
And then
way,
I mean
Celio,
this
I'm
kind
a
of goes
shooter.
in
Fuck Houston or Dallas,
whichever one.
whichever one.
Sort of like I don't know, this isn't really in line with the lineup, but I guess the last like new personnel we added, or not the last, but the last one we're going to talk about here, I guess, is the one and only Olaf Melberg.
Olaf, I thought you were going for that. The snowman
Yeah,
himself.
this man is a good-looking dude, bro. We've got some nice beards on this
Pause.
team. He is like he's got a graying little beard. So he's 47,
Wait, does he
which
also
is
have a
like
nasty little baby beard?
no, he's got like a beard.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
This is like a good-looking Swedish man.
All right, all right. Well,
He
Swedish
was a
people are
really good.
blessed by the gods. It's fucked up. It's not fair, dude.
It's not fair. And they
Anyway,
have like good government programs and shit.
yeah, I
Why do
hate
they
those
get all that?
motherfuckers. Like, oh, we don't think our government's corrupt. Fuck you. Anyway, go on.
He was a really good player, actually. That's how most people like know him.
Oh yeah.
He played at Juventus, Aston Villa, Olympiacos,
Ooh,
FC
Olympiacos. Big
Copenhagen.
fan.
Big fan, yeah. But yeah, he's
I
played
know
at a bunch of like
Juventus.
huge European clubs. Yeah. And so he's a really good player, which doesn't always translate to good coaching, but he has coached at a couple of different teams, but the main one, it's a Swedish team, so I'm gonna mispronounce the hell out of this.
It's his famous
Brahma
team.
Brahma Parikarna,
I think you
which
nailed
is
it,
like
actually.
thank you, dude.
Yeah, I speak Swedish, so.
No way, actually,
Well, Swedish fish.
valid. They're not even made in Sweden; they're made in Canada, by the way.
Liar.
I'd swear. I got one at an IKEA one time, and it
Fuck,
said made
dude.
in Canada.
You know how expensive they're gonna get after these goddamn tariffs?
That's actually gonna make us money, Connor.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
But what's
What is?
interesting about this is,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
huh?
Keep going. I was just gonna ask you.
It's this club. It's nothing like crazy special. It's in the Swedish league, which isn't like a really like strong league in Europe, but they are known for having an incredible academy. Like that is the like thing that people know this club for, which is really interesting
Growth.
because I wonder if that yeah, I'm certain that's something that came into play obviously when considering the coaching role.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if maybe this is sort of like their way of trying to work a little bit closer with the academy because they know that there is a good amount of local talent here.
I think
And at
there
the very
is,
least,
man.
even if, oh yeah, and even if like we don't necessarily play tons of local talent, I guess we can certainly make a ton of money by like exporting players pretty much, which is like Philadelphia Union. They're kind of like known as the ones who really started doing that in MLS. They
Hmm.
have sold like
Really?
so many players for so much money. Yeah,
That's interesting.
no, yeah, and it's so there's this is really embarrassing. I should know his name. He's like a 16-year-old, and he's like supposed to be like the next American soccer savior. He's like so good. He might be like 15, but he's playing with Philadelphia, and he signed a contract with Manchester City, one of the best clubs in the world.
I know his
To
name. It's
what
John
is it?
Messi.
Really,
Yeah.
John Messi?
Uh huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, yeah. So he's going to Manchester City soon,
Oh, I'm
hopefully.
sorry. No, I'm thinking of Leonardo Messi. It's John Soccer. That's his name. My bad. Sorry.
But
Got that mixed up.
he so yeah, what I'm saying is it's kind of interesting to see that come into play, and I'm wondering if we're going to see a lot more like incorporation of the academy into City 2, into the main team, which is really fun. And then we also, I don't know, he's just he plays North European soccer. Like
Yeah.
he knows the style, and he's not the difference between German soccer and like Red Bull soccer or energy drink soccer, which you call it,
Yeah.
is that German soccer is a little bit more like we're super attack heavy, but we're also not stupid. And Red Bull soccer is like we are attacking. Our players are going to be gassed by the end of the season, but it's going to be fun and people are going to watch. Who cares?
That sounds
And
about
that's
right.
kind of like, yeah. And so with Carnell, he came from Red Bull. I love the dude. Nothing was his fault last year, if we're being so for real.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the style he
It's
played, and we sort
cocaine
of saw that
versus
coming
Adderall. That's what it is.
to pretty much. And we saw that coming to play our first season. We had
Yeah,
such an
man.
incredible season,
I
but by the
know.
end, we were so pooped that we got like 8-2 in a 2-game series to Kansas City.
I was gonna say we put Kansas City in the fucking dirt all year. Like it was
Yep.
not even close. We were laughing at them before we even started playing. And then we get to the postseason, and it's like, oh, what
And they
happened?
bent
We
us
just
over, dude.
yeah,
It
dude.
was
Like,
horrible.
oh my god. But what you were saying earlier, that makes me very excited for like the future of the club.
Yeah.
You know what I
And that's
mean?
something that I think Lutz has just like really like Lutz is my savior, dude. He is like obviously the director and he has so much like actual power on this club, which a lot of
Right.
sporting directors don't really. And that makes me so excited because he so clearly wants this project to do really well and to like be sustainable. Whereas like other teams in MLS especially, they're kind of just like, let's make a big splash for a bit and then we can coast because we're gonna make money. We're in the MLS. And
Exactly.
it's a more like socialist league compared to like European leagues and all that. So the fact that he actually wants us to like succeed long term and not just be like a one hit wonder is
Yeah,
kind of awesome.
I know.
And he knows that the city has support and like actually cares about this sport.
I mean, the whole idea behind like growing the feeder team and like being able to sell out local talent and
Hmm.
use that to build the club or even use them in the major league, like that to me says, okay, we're looking at the future and maybe this year we won't be as good as the first year. I don't think
Hmm.
we'll ever do that good. Like
Yeah, it was pretty
expectation
insane.
wise,
Yeah.
we will never do that good because we blew it
Yeah.
out of the water until the postseason. And I really like the idea that it's like building into a foundation and a culture and becoming a part of the city instead of just, like, oh, St. Louis, it's a soccer city. We need a soccer team. Let's do it for like 5 to 10 years, and then we'll go bankrupt and throw it away. I'm
Yeah.
glad that it
We're a
looks.
small market. We're not going to put a bunch of money in, but they're going to support it regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the idea that it's a growing club and that they want to see success in the future. And I think if they do see success in the future, then like it's only gonna get better and better and better. Like it's gonna bring
Yeah.
so much more to this city. I don't know.
It's so cool because, like, St. Louis, we haven't had a major league team until a couple years ago, and yet we have such an insane soccer culture. We have made some of the best U.S. men's national team players ever. We have Tim Ream, who was like one of our best defenders that we've had in history. He's been on the team
Mm-hmm.
forever. We have Josh Sargent, who just was like one of the best players in the Champions League
Real
or
quick, wasn't he
championship.
playing on Kansas City?
What? Who?
Josh Sargent?
No.
What team did he play for?
He. Let
I
me
thought
look.
he
I'm
was
looking
on
at it right
Kansas
now.
City, or am I crazy?
You're about to pull my blood. No, he never did. So he grew up in the Scott Gallagher like academy here at St.
Oof.
Louis,
Look,
and
I'll always
then
root for you because you're from St. Louis with Gallagher. Come on,
hey, I
man.
want to talk about that in a second. It's interesting, but then he went
Whatever,
to
dude.
Werder Bremen, which is like a German team, and then he
Hmm.
went to Norwich City. So
Okay.
he's like a he's like a good player in like the second division of what in like the second best second division in the world, pretty much,
Gotcha.
which
Who,
is the second English.
before we get on to Gallagher, who was
Sorry.
I thinking of from Kansas City? When I went to visit you with mom and dad and Cole,
Hmm.
he played and he's got that big old blonde beard and I think it was like his last season and he was like their main boy. He's like the American man.
Johnny Russell.
Yeah, yep, that's what I'm thinking of.
I think he's Irish actually, but he's been in Kansas City
I
forever.
was gonna say he looks like the classic like Midwestern like
Yeah, he
you know what I
does.
mean? Like he looks
It's kind of
like
funny. You can like he's this is embarrassing. He might not be Irish, but he's somewhere in Europe. But like
they're all
being
the
like a
same. Nobody in
silly
Europe
working man.
matters.
Be careful, dude. We're a soccer podcast.
The MLS is the best
Football,
league in the
football.
world. Let's go, Burger League. We'll beat your ass, dude. Fuck you. Oh, who are
But
we gonna play? Manchester? Yeah, right, dude. We'll beat
Manchester.
any team in the MLS would beat Manchester. I don't want to hear it. Anyway,
Oh.
maybe not
Okay.
Kansas City. All right.
Yeah, maybe not them. They lost to a college team in preseason, so maybe not
Yeah,
them.
I could probably beat them
They
by
uh
myself.
they just lost to it was actually insane. I think it was one of the coldest games Messi has ever played in his history. They played at Children's Mercy against him in the
Really?
CONCACAF Champions League for
Was
their
that
first
the
game.
clip I keep seeing? Where was it? Is it Busquets makes that cross? No, who am I thinking of?
One of those fuckers, old
Somebody
Barca
makes a
players,
cross. He chests it and then cuts to his right and then just crazy shot on the
and it
left.
was
Yeah,
perfectly
like
in the left corner.
could
Yeah,
not have been better. Yeah, yeah.
kind of insane because like a huge criticism people always had for him was like you can't do it on the cold day in City Hall or whatever or some shit like that because he always played in like Spain where it's always nice,
You
and
know
he
what
would
people are
like
gonna say? He's
what?
playing in Burger League. He's playing against plumbers. Oh, nobody can contest to our Spanish league. Blah blah blah. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
which one is it? Which one is it? Is it he can't play in the cold or he can't play against good players? Because why don't the good players just move to Antarctica and play then, and then we'll find out who's real. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
I don't know. It's just whatever. Messi's the
It's
greatest
kind
of all
of
time. Fuck Ronaldo.
I'm kind of glad that we're both messy people. The fact that it's even a debate is crazy.
I'm glad that
But
we're both right. Let's put it that way. Let's get it out there on the
uh,
first one so everybody knows. You know what I'm saying?
get ready to hear it again.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
never gonna change.
Kansas City, right? Preseason, they lose to FIU, I think 2-1 or 1-0, and then they only
FIU.
lose Florida International University or some shit.
Wow.
college. It's a college team. They lost 1-0.
Could have been a high
And
school.
and then like a couple weeks later they lose to Miami by 1 goal. Like the fact that those games were both so close is insane.
Wait. Who was playing? Was that the game we were just talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
What the
That was the one
fuck?
that Messi scored in.
Were they asleep?
Yeah, I don't know. Like those Miami players just aren't built for that cold, I guess.
Man.
Which is great, like because Kansas City is looking rough. They signed LA Galaxy's like really good attacker from last season, but other than that, they have done like not
Nothing.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is hype.
Thank God.
But
I can't wait to beat their ass 3 times this year. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be.
I think we actually only played twice this year.
Fuck.
I think I could be wrong about that, but I think I saw that we do play both games like before the summer starts, which sucks because I won't be able to like go to them then.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Um,
Well, either way,
what was this
I'm
game?
gonna have a hard time remembering those games because I'm gonna be hammered cheering for my team. So,
God bless, dude.
fuck Sporting. Let's go City.
Drinking a beautiful St. Louis brew.
Michelob Ultra, baby.
Sponsored.
Yeah, we're sponsored by everything.
But okay, so the Scott Gallagher versus City
Yeah.
Academy is actually really interesting, and I forget what podcast it was, but I was listening to them, and they're like so into soccer, specifically St. Louis, and so they know everything. But apparently, like the City Academy team and Scott Gallagher have like kind of like a huge rivalry now
Fuck
because they're
yeah.
two like the most funded academies in the area and like one of the best soccer
Yeah,
markets in
because
the country.
Gallagher's flooded with rich pricks, dude. That's what it is. God.
What it is the rich pricks, but then also a bunch of people just put their like kids into Scott Gallagher who are horrible, and so all that money just goes to like the best kids and like
It
training
doesn't
them.
matter. They just throw their money at it because they're like, oh, we have a lot of money and our kid wants to play soccer. This
Yeah,
one's the most expensive. It must be the best.
has to be the best,
They're
dude.
so stupid. Gallagher
No, that's
parents
so
are the
real.
worst, dude. Holy shit. I played
I
for I played for 4 select teams. First Lou Fuse, that was a whole
Mhm.
story. Then Ajax, WC St. Louis, and then AC Portavia. And the
Yeah,
reason I played on those 3 teams is because teams kept merging because they didn't have enough money.
yeah.
But we still were beating Gallagher every time because we were better. Because Gallagher sucks and they're full of rich kids who don't know how to play ball, dude.
God
God,
bless, dude.
I hate Gallagher
Something that
kids.
like so I played for
By the way, one of my
Sporting.
best friends is a Gallagher kid, but fuck Gallagher.
I uh I played on Sporting, which was Kansas City Sporting's like Academy St. Louis team,
You
which
traitor.
is kind of hilarious now. I know, but that was before we had a team, whatever. But
I know, I know, I know.
they played at Sportport, which is like
Right.
it's super far out, but it's like a really nice soccer
It is
facility
nice.
now.
I played there a
And
couple
so
times.
I genuinely I need to look into it actually. I don't know if like I wonder how that works now. Is this Sporting like are they like yeah we're just gonna have an academy team here still anyway, or are
They
they
might.
like
I don't
out?
know.
I
They
actually do want to look into that then.
I don't know. They could have sold it off. I don't know. And it's
Yeah.
probably making them money still. I mean, it's in the
No,
middle of
definitely.
nowhere, so they probably pay nothing for the fields and
And all the fields are already built too. It's not
right.
like the biggest thing is trying to actually just build them.
Lou Fuse, when I first started playing for him, it was relatively small, but they were out by that sport port, I believe, and
Yeah, they were really close.
they were very close. And nowadays, it's huge. Like that Lou
Yeah,
Fuse facility, like just when I started, it was like 1.5 fields, and now I think it's like 8. It's like giant, and they got
that
all
is
this
crazy.
money poured into it. It's nuts,
Yeah,
man.
I don't think I ever saw it that small.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
remember
like
that
early
small.
days. I joined and there was a very nice Middle Eastern man who was our coach, and his son was on
Hell
the
yeah.
team, and everybody on the team was like first generation immigrants. Like they barely spoke English. All of them knew each other. We played amazing. We
I
won
was gonna say I bet that was a
every
good ass
game.
team, bro.
We killed it. But every practice, we would show up and just fuck around for 45 minutes. Like we didn't do anything. The coach just showed up. And Dad would
That's
drive me
hilarious.
like an hour to this field for me to just fuck off for 45 minutes. Like that's not. I'm not getting any better, you know.
That's
So I
hilarious.
left after that season, but yeah, I mean that season we crushed it, but it was not developmentally helpful at all.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I always have good memories of Slicer.
Slicer, I know that. What is? Oh,
That's like the really not
that's
shitty, but it was
far
all
as
grass
fuck too.
fields that would
Yeah,
just
yeah.
flood
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
constantly.
That's just St.
Dude, it would,
Louis.
yeah, but just like surrounded by corn in like the
Yes,
most flat area you've ever seen,
I
so it's
do know what you
so
mean.
cold and the
Mm-hmm.
wind just goes straight through you. I played some of my coldest games ever out there.
I actually never played there in the cold.
Really,
Yeah,
I played there. I feel like I played there in the cold like a lot. I don't know why.
I
There was
didn't.
always like kettle corn on tournament days, and we would
Yes,
always get a bag.
I didn't play too many games in the cold. I played a lot on turf in the cold, which
Yeah.
wasn't as bad. I don't know why, but it wasn't as bad. I feel like every time there's a turf field, there's something blocking the wind. So maybe
Yeah.
that was it.
Because usually that means that's a little bit more built up, I guess, than
Yeah,
just like literal grass fields.
yeah.
I didn't mind cold games because for some reason, have always had better cardio in like the cold compared to the like hot, which some people are like opposite. It's weird. I don't know why. I was just always like more energetic during the cold games.
I just have negative blood pressure, so I can't feel my limbs. Like once it gets below like 40, I can't feel my feet. So I don't know how to touch the soccer ball because I don't know where the fuck my foot is.
I look, you have that too. We might have like a family genetic disorder.
No, we just got strong hearts. That's all. I will tell you
Beautiful.
the craziest,
That's poetic, dude.
the craziest thing I ever saw. I was actually playing. I think it was AC Portavia. It was later in my soccer career, and
Hmm.
it was on Michael Creek's team. We went to Las Vegas for a tournament,
Oh my God.
and it was like, God, I can't remember what time of year it was. It had to be maybe early May and April, maybe somewhere around there. And we're playing teams from like South America.
Okay, so this is like a tournament
No,
tournament.
yeah, it was like we flew out, like the whole team
Yeah,
went, like it was important. And it was about 78, maybe 82 degrees out.
I know. I remember this.
These teams from South America, all these, Hispanic kids, South American kids, they're wearing hats and gloves.
For
And it is
70.
bright sunny day, 70, 80 degrees out. Hat like
That's so
beanies,
crazy.
gloves, like long sleeve, and I'm just like sweating my ass off, dude. Just eating 1,000 bananas so I don't cramp from heat stroke. Like it was crazy. It blew my mind. I was like, they
Growing
must
up playing
play,
soccer down there, they're just a different breed,
dude. It
I'm
must be
sure.
a next level of heat. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
because
And
it's also like it's not just hot down there; it's humid.
right. I mean, Vegas was pretty dry, so it makes sense that like they weren't
Yeah,
super hot. But hats and gloves, come on, man.
that's
Like
pretty
it's
crazy.
nuts.
That's so funny.
It blew my mind. Oh,
Yeah, I remember going as like a kid to one of your KC tournaments.
mm.
That's when I saw my first IKEA, I think. Or no, maybe it
That's
wasn't
something you
KC.
remember. That's funny.
I remember that. I was like, oh my God, this building is awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so we kind of went over the lineup, which was fun. That took a while.
Circle back. Circle back.
And yeah, yeah, we got a little off topic there.
I guess I
I
have one question for you.
okay, let it rip.
Compared to last year, what do you want to see?
Okay.
Just in general.
Um,
Give me like two or
this
three things.
feels yeah, this feels like too head on, but I want to see. Obviously, we're in the playoffs for sure,
I would love that.
but
Every
I want
year,
to
I'll
see
say
at
that.
least at least a lower seed home game or a higher seed away game at the very least. Like I don't think we are a fringe playoff team by any means.
No.
And a big reason why I think that is because I follow like every MLS news channel that there is to follow, and so I see all these transfers, and a bunch of teams are making huge signings and filling their DB contracts,
Right.
but they're doing it like a week or two before the season starts.
Right.
We made all of our huge signings half a year ago, and they've been playing for half a year now.
Right.
So we aren't gonna have like an awkward stage that a bunch of these other teams are gonna have. We are going to hit the pavement like hard, I think, and
We
we
get
might
that
run
head
down at some
start.
point. Exactly, yeah. And that's something that like this is why MLS coverage on like the league wide is so annoying because
Oh my God,
they
that's a
aren't good.
whole nother topic. Man, we could
Yeah,
talk about MLS commentators and MLS coverage and MLS journalists.
yeah.
I can't stand them. But anyway, keep going.
There's like four dudes I know who I like love, and I know that they know the league way more than anyone. And other than that, it's like these people are just talking out their ass. And
Yeah,
the
it's like
writers that I've seen rank like where they expect the teams to end. It is insane how little they know about St. Louis because they only look at like the winter transfers and they don't actually consider like any of
God.
the other shit that we've done.
Yeah, they're just showing up because Apple TV paid them.
Exactly.
And
And
they
it's
put an
just it's
iPad in their hand and they gave them 15 stats and they have to read them and then, oh, that's all the time we have. Thanks. Like, shut
Thanks,
up,
guys.
dude.
Back to the same three Audi commercials you've seen already today.
Oh, which headlight do you want to have?
I
Like,
hate that
shut
commercial, bro.
up, dude.
That stupid little redhead kid, dude.
God. That's
That's
so
so
funny.
funny.
Jinx.
Okay, so that was my. You got me. You owe me a kiss now, or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
You said two things, and this kind of brings up another topic that I want to bring up anyway. So we're gonna kill two birds with one stone.
We
So
love killing
the
two
Open
birds.
Cup, we love killing birds.
Hmm.
The Open Cup is the oldest tournament in U.S. soccer history. It's over 100 years old. It's the most badass thing that soccer has in this country.
Fuck yeah.
It has survived through like every league that we've ever seen, like rise and fall, which has been many.
Every World
And
War.
it yes, and MLS has like tried to separate itself from it because they're
Why?
fucking stupid. Yeah.
God,
Well, the
dude.
reason why is because they have the Leagues Cup where they play Liga MX, and
Okay.
that makes more money. Which I could I could talk about this genuinely for like an hour about why that is, and it's not just the fact that it is the Leagues Cup and it's Liga MX. It's because it's not promoted right. Whatever. I'm not going to get into that right now. But they were kind of trying to separate themselves from the Open Cup. MLS teams did not play in it last year, or like a select few or whatever, some shit.
Yeah.
But this season, and I've got a little graphic up, they're changing it up a little bit. So
Okay.
there's four tournaments that MLS teams compete in. There's Champions Cup, which you get into. It's like the CONCACAF one between all of the best clubs and the North American leagues and whatnot.
Okay.
You have to like win the league to get into that. There's the Leagues Cup, U.S. Open Cup, and then the Canadian Championship Cup, which is just the Canadian Open Cup, pretty much.
I mean, that's a
And
joke.
so
They don't even have
it's
grass
either won by
fields that aren't
Montreal,
covered
Toronto, or
by. Yeah.
Vancouver every single
Yeah, the
year.
only reason they get to play soccer is because they took a blowtorch to the grass for a while.
Montreal has like a real feel, I'm pretty sure, and it's so funny because half the year it's like half dirt. Like it is not well kept.
Jesus.
But anyway.
Looking like
So
Colorado Stadium.
the rule is that every team can be in a max of two of those competitions.
Boo.
And most teams
Why?
no, hear me out. I like this because what they're doing is they're giving the Champions Cup. They're not like they're letting all the teams that qualify for that play in that. The
Okay.
Canadian teams are playing the Canadian Cup. Both of
Well,
those make
yeah, keep
sense.
them in the corner. I don't care about them.
So Leagues Cup, they're cutting down on the number of teams in that by a lot. And the reason they're doing that is because what happens in the Leagues Cup a lot is you have a lot of MLS on MLS teams that play each other. And those games are just so boring because it's like we see them in the regular season already. What makes Leagues Cup cool is that we get to see MLS versus Liga MX. That's the only reason the tournament is fun. And so having it less MLS teams makes that tournament so much more fun because it's going to be so much more just Liga MX versus MLS rather than the ulterior,
I see what you're
which is
saying.
going to be so much
Okay.
better.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And then next, all the teams that aren't qualifying for that, they're just in the U.S. Open Cup, which means that St. Louis this year is going to be competing in the U.S. Open Cup with only about 16 other MLS teams in there. Which means
Let's
if we're feeling
go.
hot,
Ooh,
I like this
ooh.
because no longer is it
Let's
like
stretch our
just
legs,
a
huh?
stupid.
Let's do a little
I'm
stretch and
saying, dude.
flex. Let's fucking put somebody in the dirt. Let's show 'em who we are. Come on, baby. St. Louis,
Because
brick
we didn't
city.
take U.S. Open Cup very serious in the past years, right? Because it's
Well,
like
yeah, because we were
it's
trying
a
to build
second.
something, and that was a middle of the season
Yeah,
tournament. We didn't need to care about it.
exactly. But now it's a tournament between like 16 teams that realistically have a chance at winning it, and like actually etching that team into like soccer history of
Yeah,
the longest running like cup challenge in the country.
I see what you're saying.
And
Okay,
it could be St. Louis's first ever cup. And
that's
it's like
true. That
still
would be
16
awesome.
teams, which is not easy. Oh, it would be
It's not
awesome. It's not
easy.
going to be easy, but it's going to be way easier than it was if we actually take it
True,
serious, which I hope
true.
we do. So
I
that's
feel
yeah,
like
that's
at
the other
this
thing I was looking
point we
forward
could
to.
start taking something like that seriously. Because
I mean, like,
before, I understood why they were like, you know what, let's just fucking lose. Who cares? Like,
yeah,
we're a new team. We're still figuring it out. We want to get to postseason. Like, that's all we care
yeah,
about right now. That's a big
hmm
enough goal for your first year. You know what I mean? And
for
then your
sure,
second
yeah.
year, too, honestly.
No, I
But
totally agree.
at this point, like you said, like we've had these big players that we signed for at least 6 months. Like we've been a cohesive squad. They've been playing.
hmm
I feel like we could definitely reach for postseason, if not challenge for the tournament. That would be really cool to see.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
So
really
like, I
cool.
mean, I guess of my two things then, right? It's to have a decent spot for postseason in MLS, and then at the very least, just take the U.S. Open Cup serious and make like a fun run to watch.
That'd be awesome, dude. God,
That's
that'd
what
be
I'm
so
looking forward
cool.
to. Oh yeah,
That's a
because the
lot of
U.S. Open
good
Cup has
things.
so much history in St. Louis specifically too.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, like so many. It's pretty much just been like an amateur club or like semi-pro club like tournament to like give them the spotlight for a really long time because it started in like the early 1900s, and there have been a ton of St. Louis teams that have won it already. Like St. Louis Steel, like there was a steel company in St. Louis
The
that like
Steelers?
sponsored a soccer team. No, because that was the
Well, there was the
indoor.
St. Louis Steamers. Sorry, that's what I'm
Yeah, that
thinking
was the
of.
awesome indoor team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was like an early team sponsored by a steel company that was like headquartered in St. Louis that was just like putting St. Louis on the map.
That's awesome, dude.
But yeah, I go crazy on like this. I love the soccer history in like the United States and in
There's some
St. Louis specifically. It's
crazy
so
soccer
cool.
history.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, those are my two. What are you looking forward to?
I am very much looking forward to seeing our new lineup. I uh, I know that we're changing it a lot. Like the four back that we
Mhm.
normally had, like it was. I feel like it was very much more defensive. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was defensive with a hard press. Like we were
hmm
always pushing when we could, and it seems like it's much more a focus on midfield. Like it's
Yeah,
packed in there, so I'm excited to see how that works out.
definitely.
And
Because it has
then,
always kind of felt like there's been sort of a gap in the midfield. Like we have Leuven, and he's like,
yeah,
if he has the ball, that's great. But
to be
like for the
honest,
most part,
it
like
felt like he had to carry the midfield. Like it was just him,
exactly, yeah,
which
I
is
agree.
rude to say to the rest of them. Like, oh fuck, what was his name? Guy with the big hair who ran like he was on fire.
Uh, whoa, I can't believe I'm forgetting this too. That's
Azil,
actually
Azil
embarrassing.
Jackson.
Yes,
Yes.
Jackson, yes.
God, dude, I loved him. He was awesome, dude. He ran like a chicken with his head cut off. Like he was
He was
just
awesome.
going, man. And he was
hmm
making some plays, but like I feel like other than him, the only thing I really remember from the midfield was Leuven, and like we had a great offense, we had a great defense, but like need something in the middle.
Yeah,
So I'm a little
bridging the gap is
worried.
definitely.
I'm a little worried we're overcompensating and we're putting it all in the midfield. We'll see how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
also, honestly, I'm going to say this as the biggest Klaus hater that you know. I want to see him succeed. I
I do
do.
too.
I would love to see a big man up top that just
hmm
dominates the offense and makes his presence known, and defenders are scared of him. I would love
Just like
that.
it was for like our first year. That's like what it felt
Oh,
like.
that's what it felt like, dude. I would love to see the ball launched up the field and the defenders freaking out because they know that
Yeah.
there's a 6'3" monster just running at them. Like, I want to know that they're scared of him. I would love to see Klaus bring it back. But
That would
if
be
he
awesome.
doesn't, I can't wait to see Betcher do his thing. I know Betcher's
For
going to
sure.
put some numbers up. It's going to be good to see.
Whichever one of them like pops off, we're gonna have a
Imagine if
very
they
good
both
offense.
do. Imagine if they both do.
We would have Hartel, Teuscher, Klaus, and Betcher. Like that would be an insane lineup.
I know. We
One of them
have
gets tired,
all
like the guy who's
offense.
running, we just bring in the other one. Like that
Yeah.
would be so nice.
If only it was like hockey substitutions. Oh, we'd be unbeatable.
That'd be sick.
All right. I think we need to start winding down here.
I agree. We've been yapping,
I've
but
been yapping for sure.
no, I'm so excited. I'm excited to do this podcast, and
Yeah.
I doubt other episodes will last this long because we low key
Probably not.
we because I mean with this like we're going over all of preseason and our expect like this is a big episode.
It is. It is. It's the first episode. We got a lot to talk about. I mean, I
Hmm.
will say, I think in the future I'm still going to be enjoying Michelob Ultras, so I'm probably going to drag it on a little more than you want to. But you're right. Like, this is a big episode. This is the first one. There's a lot I wanted to
Yeah,
say. There's a lot more I want to say, but we'll
me
save it for
too.
the
And I
future.
low key can't think of it right now, and I'm gonna be pissed later when I'm like, why did I not bring that up?
We got plenty of times to
We
bring
got
it up.
plenty of time.
I'm
The other
sure it'll.
episodes, I feel like we're gonna make a little bit more, I guess, structured because I kind of want
Yeah.
to have almost a formula of like, this is what we're talking about at this point. The next point, we have the same subjects, and we just talk about that for every single game.
Hmm. I'm gonna bring
Yeah.
some variety into it a little bit. I know I'm gonna go off the
We can do
rails.
so. I want to do some fun little segments. Like
Yeah,
we were talking about this earlier. I want to do a little. We should do it pretty soon. I think honestly, a little tier list of all the jerseys that came out for this year.
that would be fun. I have a lot to say about the newest one.
Yeah.
Not a lot of good things, but that's fine.
I'll say, my opinion of it went up when it was actually released because like the leak photo I saw, I was like, oh my god.
The leak
But
photo
the
you saw was
actual,
terrible. The one I saw, that was the actual jersey.
it's a little bit better at least. It's not
Ugh,
great.
I don't know if it's even better. I don't know, man. I gotta go
I
back
saw
to
the
the
funniest
leak.
comment. I saw the funniest comment on Instagram. Somebody was like, "The collar is really cool, but everything else just doesn't work." And I'm like, "The collar is what you like from that jersey? Are
That's
you kidding?"
crazy.
Yeah. But okay,
That's the only thing I hate about whatever. Fuck it.
I was
Go.
gonna say that's like one of the only things that like low key ruins it.
That's
We'll
oh.
talk about it. We'll talk about it though. We'll
We'll
talk
talk
about
about it. We'll talk about it. All right.
Well,
That was
that
a
was
good
the first
start.
episode
That was a
of the
lot.
Lou 11.
That was a lot.
That
But
was a lot.
we got through it. There's so much left to say, man.
Yeah. And not
Oh,
enough time. It's already
never
like
enough time.
9:30. When do we even start this recording?
9:30 is 10:30 for me, brother.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
There's never
crazy.
enough time. I could talk about City until the day I die, and there's still so much I don't know. You're the informed one. I'm just
I'm the one who does like the weird like numbers, and I'll just like find a bunch of like random stats.
I'm just the idiot that watches every game.
You were the one who was actually good at soccer when we played.
That's well, I was okay. I played defense.
Bro, you went to a D1 school.
No, I did not.
We could have lied, bro. We totally could have tricked them into thinking that.
Just look me up one time, you'll figure it out.
That's funny.
I actually played for Manchester for a minute.
Really? Like United or City? What are we?
Well, I was in their stadium.
Are you talking about Man City or Man United?
Man City.
That's funny.
Oh,
I can't
fuck.
believe you played there. That's huge.
No, I didn't play there. I just showed up at the stadium. It was great.
Didn't you like zip line there?
I didn't get to. I wanted to.
Um, or no, that was at wasn't that at Tottenham?
No, no.
I thought you went to Tottenham,
I did,
or
but
was it
Tottenham's
Arsenal?
way smaller. Oh, fuck, you're right. Arsenal's the stadium I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went to both of them, but Arsenal Stadium is so fucking big that when we went there was a zip line from one end to the other. It was like a charity event. And you could pay so much money to take the zip line.
That's so crazy.
But I didn't do it because we were on a schedule. But no, Tottenham
Yeah.
Stadium did not have a zip line from one end to the other.
I don't even know what their stadium looks like, honestly.
It's tiny
Really.
compared to Arsenal. Fuck yeah.
I know so little like about the Prem. I should know more.
I don't know much about the Prem either. I don't know. I feel like it's not worth it when you follow the better league anyway. You know what I
This is
mean?
true. If you're a real American, you'll follow MLS,
That's
basically.
kind of what I'm saying. But like Burger League is best, so fuck the Prem.
God bless.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to sign off. Thanks for talking, Carter.
Goodbye, everybody. What a wonderful video.
I'm looking forward to St. Louis City. I hope we have bright things in the future.
Oh yeah, this Colorado game's gonna be good.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. All right.
All
Signing
right.
off.
Goodbye.